Ever felt like your family just doesn't get you? Like you're speaking an ancient primal dialect of independence while they're stuck deciphering it with a rulebook you burned years ago? Do you crave the silence of your own mind over the clamor of their expectations? If that hits you square in the chest, you're not alone. You're a Sigma male and this is your territory. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we strip away the noise and dive deep into the raw, unfiltered essence of men who forge their own paths. Today we're tearing into a topic that's as real as it gets: 11 reasons why Sigma males keep their distance from family. It's not about disdain or drama, it's about preserving the fire of who you are against the tides that threaten to douse it. So buckle up, brothers, we're about to unpack why stepping back isn't weakness but a stoic act of strength. 1. The uncompromising cult of self-sufficiency. For the Sigma male, self-sufficiency isn't a buzzword, it's the air he breathes. Picture him facing a brutal storm: job loss, a broken-down car, a dream teetering on the edge. His family rushes in, hands outstretched with cash and advice, but he waves them off, not out of pride but principle. Dependence is a chain he shattered long ago. Relying on anyone, even kin, feels like handing over the keys to his soul. This isn't about stubbornness, it's about identity forged in solitude's furnace. Every problem he solves alone, whether it's rewiring a busted engine or clawing his way out of debt, is a brick in the fortress of his autonomy. He doesn't just want to stand alone. He needs to, because outsourcing his struggles dilutes the purity of his self-mastery. The threat of dependence looms like a shadow over his clarity. Imagine him accepting that loan from his parents. Suddenly, every decision comes with strings, every move judged through their lens. That's not help, that's surrender. To the Sigma, leaning on family for emotional crutches or financial lifelines cracks the foundation he's built with blood and grit. It's not practical, it's existential. He'd rather wrestle a problem for months, alone in the dark, than let someone else hold the torch. Resilience isn't just a trait here, it's his religion and he's its high priest. Every solo victory is a quiet roar of triumph. Think of him fixing that car at 3 a.m., oil-stained hands trembling from exhaustion, but his spirit soaring because he did it. No calls to dad, no borrowed tools, just him, his mind, and his will. These moments aren't just wins, they're sacraments, proof that he's enough. The Sigma doesn't reject help because he hates his family, he rejects it because accepting it would mean betraying the man he's fought to become. It's a boundary drawn in steel, not sand. So, when family pushes in with their well-meaning offers, it feels like an invasion. He appreciates the intent, sure, but to him, it's a Trojan horse threatening his independence. Distance isn't cruelty, it's a shield. By keeping them at arm's length, he protects the sacred cult of self-sufficiency that defines him. It's not about cutting ties, it's about ensuring the rope they throw doesn't become a noose. 2. Rejection of the assigned script. Family hands you a script the moment you're born: be the breadwinner, follow grandpa's footsteps, settle down by 30. It's a playbook written in someone else's ink, and the Sigma male torches it without a second glance. He's not here to star in their predictable drama or play a supporting role in their hierarchy. Those roles, the commanding alpha barking orders or the submissive beta nodding along, fit him like a straitjacket. He's no actor, he's the writer, director, and lead of his own epic, and he'll be damned if anyone else gets a say in the plot. These scripts come with costumes he refuses to wear. Picture the family reunion: when are you getting married? Why don't you take that stable job? Each question is a thread pulling him toward their stage, their narrative. But the Sigma doesn't bend, he breaks free. Tradition demands he march to their drumbeat, but he hears a different rhythm, one he crafts in the quiet of his own mind. Conformity isn't comfort, it's a cage, and he's not built for captivity. Family doesn't relent, they cling to their casting call. They see his rejection as defiance, his independence as a middle finger to their values. But it's not personal, it's philosophical. He's not tearing down their story, he's just not part of it. Every time they nudge him toward their path, it's like asking a wolf to wear a leash. Distance becomes his declaration: I write my own lines. It's not rebellion for kicks, it's a stoic refusal to let anyone else hold the pen. By stepping back, he guards his creative control. Proximity invites pressure, subtle guilt trips, loud demands, to fit their mold. But the Sigma's life isn't a sequel to theirs. It's an original, unscripted saga. Keeping his distance ensures the spotlight stays on his vision, not their expectations. It's about authenticity, not animosity, a man claiming his right to be the author of his own legend. 3. Solitude as sacred fuel, not loneliness. Solitude isn't a void for the Sigma, it's his power grid. Imagine him alone in his space, the world muted, his mind a blazing furnace of focus. This is where he sharpens his blade, whether it's plotting his next move, mastering a craft, or simply breathing in the stillness. To most it's loneliness, to him it's fuel, a sacred elixir that keeps his engine roaring. Family gatherings? They're the opposite, loud, chaotic, a swarm of voices buzzing over nothing. It's not connection, it's static, draining the reserves he guards so fiercely. Think of him as a lone wolf stalking the wilderness. The pack might howl together, but he thrives in the silence, tracking his prey with laser precision. Family events drown that clarity in noise, small talk about weather, forced laughter, emotional tug-of-war. It's not that he hates the chatter, it's that it saps the energy he channels into his purpose. Solitude isn't retreat, it's recharge, a deliberate act of self-preservation rooted in the stoic art of knowing what serves you. He doesn't shun people out of spite, he curates his environment for peak output. Picture him skipping the holiday dinner, not because he despises his kin, but because those hours alone yield more than a dozen crowded ones. Is strategic, not selfish. The Sigma values his inner sanctum too much to trade it for obligatory smiles and recycled stories. His strength lies in that quiet, and he'll protect it like a fortress under siege. Distance, then, is his pipeline to potency. Family might see it as cold, but it's calculated warmth for his own flame. By stepping away, he ensures his solitude remains a sanctuary, not a sentence. It's a choice to prioritize the fuel that drives him over the sparks that scatter his focus. A testament to resilience over conformity. 4. The agony of constant misinterpretation. The Sigma speaks a language of depth and intent, but family hears it as grunts and growls. His silence during a heated debate? They call it aloofness. His refusal to gush over trivial wins? Arrogance. His need to vanish for days to think? Neglect. It's a relentless misreading, like they're decoding a cipher with the wrong key. He's not hiding, he's deliberate, but they can't see past their own lens, and that gap stings more than they'll ever know. This isn't just a misunderstanding, it's a clash of worlds. Imagine him explaining why he skipped the cousin's wedding for a personal project. Hours of reasoning lost on ears tuned to tradition. His logic is crystalline to him. Prioritize what builds you, not what binds you. But to them it's a foreign tongue, and the translation always ends in judgment. The Sigma's stoic calm, his shield against chaos, gets twisted into indifference, and every attempt to clarify just sinks deeper into the mire. Explaining himself becomes a war of attrition. He could spend days breaking down his need for space, his disdain for empty rituals, but it's like shouting into a void. They nod, they smile, then they guilt trip anyway. It's exhausting, a drain on the emotional reserves he'd rather spend elsewhere. Rationality, his North Star, can't bridge a divide built on feelings he doesn't share. So why bother? Distance starts looking like the only victory worth claiming. Stepping back isn't surrender, it's sanity. By keeping family at bay, he dodges the endless cycle of misfires and preserves his peace. It's not that he doesn't care, it's that he cares too much about his own clarity to let it drown in their static. This is self-mastery in action, recognizing what can't be fixed and choosing to protect what can. 5. Relentless prioritization of the mission. The Sigma's life is a battlefield, and his mission is the war he's sworn to win. Every hour is a soldier deployed, toward mastering a craft, scaling a goal, or carving out his legacy. Family obligations? They're deserters in his ranks, pulling time and focus from the front lines. A 3-hour dinner dissecting Aunt Linda's divorce doesn't sharpen his sword, it dulls it. He's not here to play therapist or prop up small talk. He's here to conquer, and every detour feels like treason. Time is his gold, and he spends it like a miser with a purpose. Picture him weighing a weekend visit against a breakthrough on his project. The math doesn't lie. One builds, the other stalls. Family sees it as callous, he sees it as clarity. Stoic discipline demands he cut what doesn't serve the greater aim, even if it's wrapped in blood ties. His vision isn't a side hustle, it's his oxygen, and he won't choke on guilt to appease anyone. These interruptions aren't neutral, they're sabotage. Imagine him mid-flow, cracking a problem that's haunted him for weeks. When the phone rings, you have to come to the barbecue. It's not an invite, it's a grenade lobbed into his momentum. He could go, sure, but the cost isn't just hours, it's the mental reset, the lost thread, the diluted fire. The Sigma doesn't bend for sentiment. He stands for results, and family rarely makes the cut. Distance is his strategy, not his spite. By holding the line, he keeps his resources locked on the prize. It's not about disowning kin, it's about owning his path. The mission demands everything, and he gives it unapologetically. That's the Sigma's creed. Prioritize what matters, excise what doesn't, and let the chips fall where they will. Your sanctuary versus their stage. Feel that grind in your gut? That's the tension between your fortress of focus and the circus of family demands pulling you onto their stage. If you're a Sigma, you know this war. Your need for silence, space, and purpose clashing with their script of noise and duty. They'll never fully decode the intensity of your drive or why you'd rather wrestle a problem alone than parade it for pity. That's fine. Your mission doesn't need their applause. Protecting it isn't selfish, it's survival, a stoic stand for the man you're forging in the flames. And if you're watching, not living this? See his distance for what it is, not a snub but a shield guarding a fire too fierce for their spotlight. He's not cold, he's molten, and that heat demands room to burn. 6. Zero tolerance for emotional siege warfare. Family can be a war zone without a ceasefire. Guilt trips raining down like artillery, passive-aggressive jabs sniping from the shadows, gossip spreading like wildfire. The Sigma smells this chaos a mile off and plants his flag. No surrender. He's not here for emotional blackmail, you owe us your time. Or to dodge the landmines of old grudges. Drama is a vampire, and he's not offering his neck. His peace is a fortress, and he'll burn bridges before letting it fall to siege. He's got a sixth sense for manipulation, honed sharp by years of standing alone. Picture the scene. Mom sighs, "We never see you," Dad grumbles about duty, siblings stir the pot with half-truths. It's a coordinated assault, but he's a one-man army who doesn't flinch. Engaging means sinking into quicksand, hours lost to arguments that solve nothing. He'd rather cauterize the wound than bleed out in their trenches. His emotional reserves aren't infinite, they're fuel for bigger fights. Family feuds and manufactured crises don't make the list. Imagine him walking away from a shouting match, not because he's weak but because he's wise. Stoic control isn't just restraint, it's power, the kind that says, "My energy answers to me." He doesn't hate them, he hates the chaos they wield, knowingly or not. Distance is his counterstrike. By pulling back, he starves the battlefield of oxygen. No fuel, no fire. It's not abandonment, it's a tactical retreat to keep his mind unbreached. The Sigma's calm isn't a gift for their war games. It's his, and he'll guard it with everything he's got. 7. The tyranny of obligations and visible chains. Family wraps you in chains you can't see but damn well feel. Call every Sunday, show up for every birthday, put us first. The Sigma hears the clank and cuts himself free. Obligation isn't a birthright, it's a contract he never signed. His loyalty isn't a reflex, it's a choice, and he doesn't owe anyone his soul just because they share his DNA. These shoulds and musts are shackles disguised as love, and he's not here to play prisoner. Picture the weight. Every missed event a lecture, every no a guilt trip. They don't ask, they demand, assuming blood buys his time. But the Sigma's freedom is his crown, forged through battles they'll never understand. Conformity might soothe their egos, but it chokes his spirit. He's not bartering his autonomy for their approval. End of story. These chains tighten with proximity. Stay close and the expectations multiply. Fix this, be there, fit in. It's a slow erosion of his will, a theft of the control he's clawed to keep. Stoic resilience means knowing what's yours to give, and what isn't. He won't let their rules rewrite his code, no matter how loud they clang. Distance snaps those links clean. It's not a middle finger, it's a line in the sand, my life, my terms. By stepping away, he reclaims his right to choose, free from the tyranny of unearned duty. The Sigma doesn't flee family, he escapes their script, standing tall as the king of his own domain. 8. Preserving the purity of selective connection. The Sigma doesn't dodge connection, he hunts it, but only the real stuff. He craves bonds that crackle with depth, ideas that clash and grow, souls that mirror his fire. Family? Too often it's a rerun of shallow chatter. How's work? Nice weather. It's not disdain, it's disappointment. He'd rather save his breath for a midnight talk with a kindred mind than waste it on a script that's been stale since '95. Imagine him at the table, nodding through recycled stories while his brain screams for substance. He's not antisocial. He's selective, a curator of his social energy. Forcing warmth where there's no spark feels like lying to himself, and the Sigma doesn't do fake. Obligation breeds small talk, choice breeds revelation, and he's addicted to the latter. He knows his tank isn't bottomless. Every "sure I'll stop by" dilutes the juice he's got for the rare ones who get him. The friends, the mentors, the outliers. Family might demand his presence, but they can't command his soul. Staying true means saying no to the noise and yes to the signal, even if it's quieter and harder to find. Distance keeps his connections pure. By pulling back, he guards his capacity for the real, the raw, the transformative. It's not rejection, it's reverence for what matters. The Sigma's heart isn't closed, it's just got a velvet rope and not everyone's on the list. 9. Architecting an environment of uncompromised control. The Sigma's world is his lab, every variable dialed in, every corner engineered for focus and peace. His desk, his routine, his silence, it's a machine built to run at peak. Family crashes in like a storm, unpredictable, loud, spilling emotions and opinions he didn't order. It's not their fault, it's their nature. But he's not rolling the dice on his sanity just to keep the peace. Picture him in his zone, music low, thoughts high, everything clicking. Then the doorbell, relatives with baggage, literal and not. Suddenly his space is their stage. Arguments flare, advice flows, chaos reigns. He can't mute it, can't tweak it, can't control it. For a man who thrives on mastery, that's not a visit, it's a hijacking. Control isn't a luxury, it's his lifeline. In his domain he filters the static, sets the tempo, keeps the air clear. Family settings? It's a free-for-all, too many cooks, too much noise, too little alignment. Stoic wisdom tells him to guard what fuels him, and he listens. Losing that grip isn't an option when every cog matters. Distance is his blueprint for stability. By staying out of the fray he keeps his environment his own. No crashes, no overrides. It's not about shutting them out. It's about locking himself in where he runs the show. The Sigma doesn't just live, he architects, and no one's rewriting his plans. 10. The scorched earth of comparison and judgment. Family meetups can turn into a coliseum. Who's winning at life, who's falling short, all judged by invisible scales. The Sigma steps in and it's open season. His job's weird, his choices off, his solitude wrong. He doesn't play that game. Success isn't a family vote. It's his call measured by his compass, not their chatter. Comparison's a trap and he's not biting. Imagine the scene, cousins flaunting titles, parents hinting at normal paths, everyone sizing him up. He's not impressed, he's repulsed. His wins don't need their cheers and his losses don't need their pity. They try to fix him, push a 9 to 5, a wife, a script he'd shred. It's not guidance, it's disrespect, a jab at the autonomy he's bled for. This isn't just noise, it's poison. Every "you should" is a shovel digging at his roots, every side eye a spark on his fuse. He's not here to be molded or ranked, he's here to build on his terms. Stoic defiance kicks in. He doesn't owe them his soul and he won't let their lens blur his vision. Distance is his firebreak. By torching that ground he stops the spread, keeps his worth internal, his path untouchable. It's not running, it's raising the arena before the fight starts. The Sigma stands alone because he'd rather burn the scoreboard than play by it. 11. Rejecting the inherited narrative to author his own legend. Family hands you a book. This is your story, past, present, future. It's their dreams, their fears, their unfinished chapters, and they expect you to read it aloud. The Sigma slams it shut. He's not a footnote in their saga or a puppet for their sequel. His life's a blank page and he's the only one with the pen. Every line, every twist, his own damn legend. Proximity drags him into their plot. You're just like your father, they say, or don't repeat our mistakes. It's a script loaded with baggage he didn't pack, guilt, hope, ghosts. He feels it pressing, trying to ink over his story with their old ink. But he's no echo, he's a roar and he won't let their past dictate his now. Distance is his canvas. Picture him breaking free, the weight lifting as he steps into his own epic. Alone, he crafts a tale that's raw, unfiltered, a king without a court, a warrior without a clan. Stoic clarity drives him. What's theirs isn't his, and what's his is sacred. He doesn't reject them, he rejects their claim on his soul. This isn't escape, it's creation. By keeping them at bay, he authors a life that's wholly his, no edits, no co-writers. The Sigma's path is solitary because it has to be. His legend demands it. He's not fleeing family, he's chasing the man he's meant to become, and nothing's stopping that run. There you have it, brothers. 11 reasons why Sigma males keep their distance from family, laid bare like a blade on the table. It's not about cutting ties, it's about carving your own space, guarding your fire, and living unapologetically true. You're not here to fit their mold, you're here to break it, to rise as the man you've always known you could be. The Sigma male community stands with you, a brotherhood of the independent, offering wisdom and grit for your journey to greatness. Reflect on this. Where's your line in the sand? How do you shield your mission from the noise? Drop your thoughts below. Let's ignite that conversation. If this hit home, smash that like button, share it with the lone wolves in your pack, and if you're subscribed, turn on those notifications. Don't miss a single spark from this forge. Until next time, stay relentless, stay Sigma, and keep ruling your own damn world.